All right, what's up, everybody? It's your boy TGK here, live on Midnight Mavness. I know it's been a minute, it's been a while. The guests are backstage. We're ready to come up here and chit chat and talk like we normally do on Midnight Mavness, right? What I want to open this show with, right, is people might say, "Oh, didn't you say Midnight Mavness was done? This and that." Well, you know, it may have been done, and then we brought it back. And I would just say for those that may feel a certain way about it, I understand. People change their mind, whatever the case may be. But when it comes to covering the Mavericks, I have learned to compartmentalize better over the time, over the last couple of months. And I learned to put Nico in one section of the world. And then I learned to put the Mavericks and the players that I've already grown a bond with on this side of the world. And I'm going to lean on the side that I've grown the bond with and try to keep the negativity where it's at, right? But for those that want full disclosure, doing Mavs content is not as lucrative for me, all right? So this is strictly out of a passion and really just want to cover the team for the city, for the people that have followed this channel for Mavs content. I will continue to do that. I will cover the Mavs. I will cover Luka, but the Midnight Mavness show continues. This is my baby. I raised it from the infancy to where it was at. And then I may have kicked it out because it turned 18, but then we're bringing it back, right? Anyway, let's go ahead and let's start the show. Let's bring in the guests of the show. Let's get it going. What's up, fellas? We got Mavericks Digest and Enyi in the building. What's up, man?
You're going to be mad at me. My microphone effed up. Now it's
I clearly can hear that it messed up.
Golly. Okay, hold on. I'm going to try to get it taken care of.
What's up, Marcel? How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. Busy, tired, ready for the season start. I've been constantly kind of comparing this season to last season. Like last season, there was a whole lot going on, right? Like we did a 5-team trade to get Clay. We got rid of Tim Hardaway Jr. We got Najee Marshall, Quentin Grimes. Like a lot of things were happening last season, but there's always that lull that like I always say the 30 days until the start of the season is when things are just trudging along. Any bit of news, you got to make it the most. Like, oh, Anthony Davis can finally see now. Oh, that's great. Oh, Derek Lively's out of a boot. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, Kyrie Irving can do more than just a floater. He can do jump shots now. Oh, this changes everything, right? We're getting close. We're getting so close to the start of the season. I'm ready for it.
Mic check. Am I better now? Am I back?
Oh yeah, clear as day.
We are so back. All right.
It's funny when like the littlest information is the biggest information, and so it's just that's the part of the year.
As digest though, that's what you gotta do.
It's what this changes. What
this changes everything. Now,
drink water. Yeah. Drink water, ladies.
Always drink water, man. I got a big old. Oh, I'm ready.
My microphone don't turn off on me.
What kind of microphone you got?
I got that Shure.
Oh, you got a good one.
I know. I got a good one.
See, you would think I'd be using this right now, but I'm using this right here.
You're like a head reliable coach. Coach TGK.
TGK is the offensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, no wonder we're trash right now, man. Well, actually, I'll take that back. On my gaming content, when it comes to like calling offense, like I'm impeccable, but the Cowboys, I don't know, bro. They need help. Yeah, man.
The Cowboys are like me in NCAA. I'm really good on offense, but I can't do defense.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I skip ahead. Like, all right, change possession. But I just want to thank y'all for being here, man. Appreciate y'all. It's I could already imagine the comments I may get, which is totally fine because I am for free speech. Okay, if you put yourself in the limelight, you should expect anything and everything that can come at you. So. Hey, it's all good with me. I've learned to compartmentalize. But Marcel, he's been diehard since, regardless of the trade, he's been here. Salute to him for sticking through this, and now he's able to reap the benefits of not switching up. And I will full disclosure, I'm not switching up. I'm just compartmentalizing, right?
Hey, I mean. me and you, TGK, we've had many conversations about the whole situation, and I've also, I've grown from the trade and everything too, because I was definitely on the side of stop complaining, stop crying, be happy, look forward, without really taking the time to understand why people are hurt, right? And so I've apologized and I've grown from it, and I'm always going to welcome Mavs fans back with open arms because, well, we got Cooper Flag. He's on the hoodie. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, it's Cooper time, baby. It's Cooper time, man. It's a new era. We're moving forward. But I mean, that's the beauty of being a Mavericks fan, is because who else would this happen to? What other team would trade away their best player and just land another great player? Like, sure, yeah, that of course that would happen to us. Why not?
Right. Enyi, what about you, man? Are you? I know we talked about it previously, but for Marcel and everyone else watching, are you compartmentalizing, or are you been a fan, or are you just like, where you at? What is the vibe with you?
So if you guys watched the video that I did with TGK, I described it as complicated. It's complicated relationship with the Dallas Mavericks, where I'm still a fan, but it's like my girlfriend who cheated on me. We got back together. It's not going to be the same. Now, to perfectly illustrate that, beginning of last season, when I think around this time last season, I was 110% excited for the season. I got my Mavs gear on. If you look at my Instagram, literally, I think was the first picture. It was literally me and my wife taking a picture for game 1 of the Mavs season. Like, we're in here, we ready. Little did we know that was going to be the worst effing season I ever lived through in my life.
Yeah.
So this year, definitely not taking the pictures with Mavs gear. But curious and somewhat excited to see what happens. I'm not rooting for their downfall. I am just watching and enjoying, and hopefully Dennis Smith gets on the team and I can at least cheer for him. Just sit on the bench, but hey, that's my dog. He's literally the person I got behind when I first started putting myself out there. So I have that kind of attachment to him. So it's cool to see him come back.
I too have an attachment to a player, the longest tenured Maverick on the roster.
Oh God,
who's going nowhere? White Pal.
Where my boo button at? There we go. Y'all can't hear it, but they can hear it.
It has to be studied, man. It does. Like he's literally been how many administrations has he been through?
Man,
3 or 4, right? When did he come in?
What was it?
17? No, he's coming before that.
Was it?
It was a Rondo trade.
It was a Rondo trade.
2014, I think.
2014, god dang.
Yeah, 2014.
Dude,
I believe.
He saw Obama, Trump, Biden, Trump again.
That's wild. And he's there for the like. That's what I'm saying. Cut him.
What's crazy is when it comes to Dwight Powell, anytime there's like whenever there's an event where like a Mavericks player has to go, like, oh, Rangers opening day, or oh, there's a new something built in Dallas, we're going to send somebody there. They always send Dwight Powell. Oh,
yeah.
That's the secret.
When they're giving away turkeys,
Yeah,
is
twice there.
Just throwing it out there. Dennis did it within his own volition. He went to the where did he go to? The State Fair and hung out with dudes.
Yeah,
he wasn't even invited. So Dennis is I would think is a superior vibe guy than Dwight. I say we can cut Dwight loose.
Oh, come on.
Give him a spot in the front office or some in the business side of basketball. Maybe
I told you marketing.
Yeah, marketing, philanthropy, whatever. And let Dennis be the vibe guy. It's been too long. Like literally, when players come in who are two-way players and are getting more playing time than you.
Yeah. Hey, I've always said this. Dwight Powell is that break glass in case of emergency. You don't really need him until you really need him. And even when you really need him, are you sure you need him? It's like, how bad is the emergency? And we saw last year with injuries. It takes a lot to you have to break that glass. But let's take a moment really quick because over a year's time, we have gone from talking about Markieff Morris as the vibes guy to now Dennis Smith Jr. We're doing pretty good. We're actually doing pretty good.
It is cool to have Dennis Smith back. I just, I don't know what it is, man. There's always like this sense of jadedness with things, and I just hope he's here and he stays on the team. I know they're going to battle it out during training camp. I mean, I guess it is training camp. Yeah, training camp. So, or their version of training camp, but I don't know, man. I would like for him to stay. I just think he has
a real training camp, aren't they? Aren't they like in Canada for training camp?
They're in Vancouver.
Oh wow!
Is that where Dwight's from?
I think Dwight's from Ontario. He's a little Toronto boy.
I was gonna say, I was like, did this man just completely hijack the whole?
Hey guys, we're gonna go training camp my house in Canada. Let's go right now. Who are you? I'm Dwight Powell. Let's go.
Instead of going to Barcelona, they're going to Canada now.
Yeah.
They gave Dwight the keys to the team instead of Luka, who had it last year.
Dwight's their tour guide. All right, guys, we're my neck of the woods, eh? All right, mind your P's and Q's, eh?
All right, so I did a video on this where DSJ is now back. Somebody got to go. Who do y'all think is gonna go, or is it DSJ that goes again?
I think no one goes. In a perfect world that I can control everything, it would be. Y'all gonna flame me. I would take Dennis Smith Jr. over Brandon Williams, and it's not because I think he's better than Brandon Williams. For a money reason, I would do it, and vibes reason, I would definitely do it. For defensive reasons, I would definitely do it. Now, I understand that a lot of people would say that Brandon Williams is the better player, and I get that. However, in the reality that we live in, I think they're going to secure, from all the reports that I've seen, the people I've talked to, it's pretty much clear that he's going to secure a spot on the G League roster with the ability to be called up any given time, right? Like we're probably going to see him play in both with the Legends and with the Mavericks most nights, where he plays during the day and then plays at night. But if you have to make room for a permanent spot, the real route you have to go is cutting Brandon Williams, or if you just don't want Dennis Smith Jr., you just don't have Dennis Smith Jr. Like we can't stretch wave anybody else. We're past the deadline for stretch waves, and people say, "Oh, stretch wave Jaden Hardy." Even if we could, that's $18 million.
Yeah, that's a lot of money right there.
No, Max is only $1 million a year for the next 3 years, and that's still hurting us a little bit.
And JaVale McGee's still in the books.
JaVale McGee is still getting paid by the Dallas Mavericks. And we already have talked about trades. Jaden Hardy has a negative value. Dwight Powell is still here for a reason, so you can't really cut him. And that's the good and bad thing about the Mavericks is we don't have bad contracts.
You haven't said one name I've been waiting for you to say. Enyi, do you know that name I'm thinking of?
Is it Hardy?
Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
From Australia.
Come on.
Exum?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
So, Enyi, what do you think? Do you think DSJ makes the team and who goes? Or is everyone staying like Marcel said?
I don't think DSJ makes the team, unfortunately.
Wow.
And literally unless you replace him for Dwight Powell as the vibes guy. I think they are heavily invested in Brandon Williams. A lot of people are talking as if he's going to be a rotation player. Hardy is too expensive to get rid of, and it sounds like he doesn't have any trade value to get rid of. I say get rid of. That's such a mean thing to say, but to trade him on a whim, even if you attach a second round, but you don't want to do that anyway. Exum, you literally cut a player to bring him on, so it will be weird to cut him to bring on another player when you could have just brought that other player first. But I mean, it has happened. Let's say
Now we want to be considerate, you know.
Yeah.
But is it a possibility though? Because we know, like in training camp, that's where the players are pretty much trying to fight for their spots, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Like, is there a reality where Dennis Smith Jr. just shows them so much at training camp where they do rethink about Dante?
Yeah. I mean, if he's proven, you know, the Mavericks do like their taller guards and stuff like that. But if he's proven to be a force on the defensive end, makes a lot of plays, and then shows stuff on the offensive side, ability to hit threes, ability to create, play make, which he has before, especially when he was a rookie. Probably wasn't the most consistent, but he showed signs.
Yeah.
Maybe that has to be. Maybe Dante is the guy. I have no idea. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know either. I just know that if I were to make the decisions, and if we're a callous organization, the way we've moved lately, heck them. You out of here, dogs. The reason for it, because I feel like Brandon has more motion offensively. And then Dennis Smith Jr., I feel like he could do exactly what Exum does defensively, and then give you a little bit better, more offensively. And I was devil's advocate. I would say, hey, TGK, you're crazy because Exum shoots better threes than Dante does. But then the other TGK will be like, well, who's going to set Exum up to have wide open threes? We don't have that player to start the season unless D'Lo really, really is one of those guys, which I don't know. We'll see, right? So to me, it's like we're such a defensive team. Hell, go all in on defense. Get DSJ, and then have Brandon come in and mix it up a little bit, and D'Lo be able to mix it up a little bit. But Exum, I just feel like I saw what he did in the playoffs. Was not impressed. I don't want that on this team anymore. I need a dog. And Exum is like,
can't stay healthy.
Just a little puppy, man.
Yeah. That's definitely been his knock. And to your point, Teach, I think Dennis Smith also has I was gonna say emotional profile, but he has that dog that we need on the team. I would say,
for sure.
I think that quality is very important, especially with a defensive guy. With our defensive guys are still like puppy dogs, even though they're good defensively. Like,
I dare you to call Najee Marshall a puppy dog.
I was going to say Najee, he a dog.
I dare you to look Najee Marshall in the eye, like, you a little puppy dog.
Dare I say Flag will be a dog?
But
PJ a dog? PJ a dog.
Yeah,
PJ a dog. Ask his baby mama about him.
PJ's like a half dog though. PJ's like he's like a.
I'll give you that.
I'm not gonna bark unless you mess with my guys first. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I
feel like I
want someone that will.
I don't need somebody with CTE on my team that's just going to hit somebody. I don't need that.
But I would want someone who's like off the jump, ready to attack them for sure. You know what I mean?
That's Dennis.
That inspires the defense around you. You know what I mean? But I mean, we don't have that. Hopefully, we'll just be able to block shots with 3 or 4 different people. I've been playing 2K, and I think by far my most favorite lineup defensively is Coop at the 2, PJ 3, AD 4, and one of the centers at 5. And it's just like I'm blocking everything. Everybody playing help. Everybody playing on ball, and everybody playing help. Like you make a move past one of my guys, I got a guy back there that's ready to throw your shot. And so it's fun,
Man.
but on top of that defense, I want someone who's going to make life miserable for the point of attack dude, and that can be Dennis.
Well, not to get too far away from our conversation here, I did smart people up to what Enyi was going to talk about this week about his controversial take about Kyrie Irving. So let me set the mood here. Play the sound effect that is going to have some ambiance to this whole take that you're about to have here. And press the button here.
Oh man,
floor is yours, Enyi.
This is not really my thing to put such conspiratorial, controversial takes out in the ether, but
Mhm.
I don't know. This is something I've been thinking about pretty much since the time it happened, right? Because the unthinkable was done. February 2nd, 2025.
Ugh.
And it leads me to believe and led me down a rabbit hole that was so deep that it led my brain to think, to what extent is the league willing to control things? Right? Ratings are down. It's not looking good. We have this new deal coming, or we're trying to get this new deal done, I guess, with TV people or cable companies or whatever. Break glass. Send Luka to LA. But the people are like, why would we send Luka to LA? That's dumb. We're trying to win a championship too. Relax, Dallas. I have an idea. All we need is to get you guys to the lottery. We'll take care of the rest. How do we do that? Our players are too good. We still got Kyrie. It's fine. Just tell him to take a break. Why would Kyrie take a break? We ain't got no COVID or stuff going on. There's no pandemic going. No shots that he's not going to take. It's all right. Just tell him, hey, maybe a torn ACL, go out, just take a break, go on vacation. AD's already out. He's made of glass. We don't need to do anything with him. He's just going to get hurt inevitably. Right? Because we don't want to make it too obvious. So it literally when it happened, not when it happened. It was, I think when we secured the first pick, I was like, everything is falling. Like you don't recover from something that we did this quickly. So I say all that essentially to say that I don't think Kyrie tore his ACL.
How dare you? How dare you? And this is where the show is about to get livid. How dare you? How dare you? Because I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready.
All right, give me the receipts. Because
how dare you believe that Kyrie Andrew Irving would choose to not play the game of basketball? That he would gladly just fake an injury or exaggerate an injury to not play basketball, to not try injury. Remember, do y'all not remember when we got Derek Lively and Luka himself pretty much made it be known, I hate the way that we're tanking. I hate that we're tanking. Kyrie, in the same vein, hated the fact that they were tanking. So how dare you assume that Kyrie will be okay with this, knowing the type of person that Kyrie Irving is and what he stands for and what he stands on? First of all. Secondly, a lot of Mavericks fans are like, it just wouldn't make sense for us to trade Luka. Everyone gets injured. We get the number one pick. We get Cooper Flag. Like, it can happen. If the chance of it happening is greater than 0, yes, it can happen. Is it probable? Hell no. Is it possible? You darn right, because we had a chance. We had a chance. And sure, is it the league trying to do us a solid? Is it for ratings? Well, let me tell you. Do you really think the Dallas Mavericks are that special to be the sacrificial lamb? You don't think they could have done this with any player? SGA, Tatum, Giannis, Jokic. I get Luka is must-see TV. Putting him in LA, obviously going to boost ratings. But you really think the Dallas Mavericks are that special to be chosen to sacrifice their best player for ratings?
It's not necessarily the Dallas Mavericks are that special, but maybe Luka himself.
Why us? Why us and not no one else?
Why Luka? Because Luka is an international superstar. Luka, what is the population? What does California? What country borders California to the south?
I got a question.
What country borders California to the south?
I have a question.
What language does Mexicans speak? TGK, can you give me some? Espanol. What is Luka's second most fluent language?
Espanol.
Oh, so we did this for the Mexican race?
Let me go deeper. Let me go. No. Let me go deeper. Let me go deeper. Let me go deeper. Let me go deeper. Let me go.
Luka to get Mexican race?
Let me go deeper. Let me go deeper. TGK, have you seen Mexicans react to when white people can speak Spanish fluently? How do they act?
Like it's like an explosion,
Mind
right?
blown, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So imagine if you can do it. You can put a global superstar in your most popular brand, right? It's not that the
Spanish
Mavericks are that
speaking.
special. It's not that the Mavericks are that, but Luka is that special.
Marcel has a take here.
So instead of keeping Luka in Texas, we moved him to California for the Mexican ratings, not keeping him in Texas.
Hold on.
I believe you. If he went to San Antonio, him and Wemby, yeah, them Mexicans in San Antonio finna turn up.
Are you saying Texas is as notable as California in terms of
when it comes
market?
to mi amigos, mi familia?
No.
Texas.
What's more international?
It's all of Texas versus just LA. Because
what's more international? What's more international?
Just LA. Come on.
What's more international, LA or Texas? I bet you Luka has been to LA before he even came to Texas. Even when he was living in New York.
LA is more international.
Y'all can agree. Luka wasn't doing all this parading and going on press tours and doing all this stuff in Dallas.
Nope.
Why? You can do that. Like people think Dallas is a small market. We're a top 10.
No. We're not even top 10. We're top 5.
Top 5. See what I say?
But
do this shit here.
But
we have Mark Cuban. He should know. Hey, yo, promote the hell out of this.
Cuban's not even the guy anymore. What do you mean?
That's the problem.
He doesn't have the match. He doesn't even have his own show anymore. He's not even on Shark Tank no more.
But what I'm getting at is if I'm not saying that you're wrong. I like these conspiracies, but I'm always going to challenge them because if there's any cracks in it, we got to look at it. If the league. And I don't believe the league was hurting so much for ratings that this was the only way to save the ratings. Hell nah. Because if the Lakers don't do well, then you traded Luka to LA for what?
Hold on. But what was the most viewed game last year?
What was the most viewed game the year before that? And the year before that. And the year before that.
Was it one of the
most viewed game? Sure, you create these narratives, you create these storylines because I hate how fake and fabricated the NBA is. But sure, the most watched game was what? Luka coming back to Dallas?
What's the second most watched one?
I don't know. Us playing Luka in LA?
I mean,
like what? Like I'm just assuming here.
Let me pull that up. Let me see.
Look, so hold on. So I'll sometimes, hopefully, I'm not moving my mic so much that it just cuts off on me because it does that. But I'm getting in the thick of things, right? Marcel, you're a new homeowner, right?
Yes, I am.
That means you got bread.
Yes,
you probably got businesses.
I do.
Okay, right?
I do.
So, if things were going on in your business that at our trajectory wasn't looking good, would you just allow it to just continue on the trajectory, or would you make changes?
Because this is Marcel speaking. Because this is me. And I'll be honest and in good faith, say yes. If my business is not going the right trajectory, I'm gonna do something to change it. However,
hold on.
I would never compromise the integrity of my product for a short gain.
What's your
hold on?
Oh yeah, no, I believe you. You wouldn't do a short gain.
If we're being honest, like that Luka trade, now it was massive. Everybody was talking about it. They were making jokes about it at what the Emmys. Like everybody, like I saw a video where like the Italian prime minister was talking about it. Like everybody was talking about the Luka trade. Will they keep talking about the Luka trade, or will they quickly pivot to, man, Jokic and SGA are still just winning all these games are running through the West. Unless the Lakers are a top team in the West, this storyline gets overlooked. And what's embarrassing, and he gets a pass, obviously, but losing in the first round to the Timberwolves?
But
JJ Redick, I think, lost them that series. I'm not putting that on Luka. But if Luka's not winning in LA, the league forcing this trade was a complete misfire. You
hold on.
entire fan base for short-term gains.
Hold on. See, that's the thing. You're thinking about it in the short term. I agree with you. I wouldn't. What did you say? Sacrifice the integrity of my product for the short-term gain. What if I tell you it wasn't a short-term gain? Hey,
that's to be seen. That is to be determined.
Hold on. Who was leading the Lakers before last year, right? Who was leading the Lakers before last year?
Who was talking about?
Who was the number one player on the Lakers before last year?
LeBron, AD, pick one.
Okay, LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron.
How old is LeBron?
What, like 40, 41?
41. I think he might turn even 42 this season.
Yeah.
Correct? So one can say that he's almost essentially done. Do you remember what the NBA was like after Jordan left?
Boring.
The ratings were
They were very bad. Early 2000 basketball was in the gutter gang.
All right.
Even though now you have
the rise. Now you have the rise of, I guess, LeBron James and his popularity. You have someone that can rival the popularity of Michael Jordan, but which is a good thing for the league. But also now you're at the end of that, and you're already talking about your business may be hurting. You might have some deals that need to be done. Maybe. Now I'm just asking questions. I'm just asking questions. You could be staring down the barrels of low ratings to levels we have not conceived of if we don't break glass in case of emergency for a long-term play. Hold on, I'll get to your question soon. Because if you can put not just a superstar in LA, this isn't Karl Malone or Gary Payton going to LA.
Top 3.
This is top 3 NBA superstar that's not even in his prime, in the most popular brand associated with your league. That's a long-term play. So even if they don't win yet, you still have your international people who are probably engaged because everyone is engaged in this trade. You have your Lakers people because they're probably pretty finicky. So if their team sucks, they will probably just leave and do other things that they can do in California. But now that they have something to look forward to for the next 10, 12, 15 years, whenever Luka's done playing, you still have that market. And I understand, yes, you could do all that stuff that you could have done in LA and Dallas, but bruh, what is associated with Dallas? What culture does Dallas have? The city, not talking about the sports. Whenever you're talking, okay, how about this? When you talk about when you're talking about the biggest figure,
which I'm the biggest,
attached,
the largest,
the biggest figure attached to the Dallas brand. If you're not thinking about sports, who is it?
JFK.
George W. Bush.
Oh, that too. That is kind of sports too, though.
I mean, it's kind of sports. But with California, you have so many other things, right?
Yeah,
it is a market into itself. That is why Luka goes there. They put him on Men's Health. They put him on all these magazines because it's just as much as I hate LA. Trust me, I hate LA. I hate LA very, very much. That was another aspect of the trade that gutted me. Because if you would have traded him somewhere else, it would have hurt.
Just him anywhere else.
Yeah. Yep. And I was still hurt, but not as much. You sent them to them.
The guys back, Anthony Edwards or something.
And they didn't. They said they didn't even try. They said they only called up one team. I'm trying to put on my best Stephen A. Smith. But anyway, what do you got? What's your rebuttal?
All right, so I hear you.
Okay.
I hear you, but I'm not seeing you. You see what I'm saying? Like I hear you.
I feel like you're not trying to see because
no, I am trying to see it. I am trying to see it because hear me out, right?
So much belief that the NBA this is your baby.
You're right, but you made a point in your monologue. All right, if you're Stephen A. Smith, I guess I'm a smarter Kendrick Perkins. I guess I gotta be a smarter Kendrick.
It's my turn. It's my turn.
But even you said what happened after Michael Jordan retired? Ratings went down. There weren't a lot of stars in the league, or the game wasn't that exciting, right? So I can't compare Michael Jordan retiring and ratings going down to Luka being traded to increase ratings because people stopped watching because Michael Jordan wasn't there. There was no other player for a lot of people that were casual basketball players to cling to until LeBron James came, right? So to say more people are going to watch basketball because Luka's playing with a different jersey on, someone who wasn't watching basketball but now wants to watch basketball because one guy changed jerseys. Now you mentioned superstar, how Luka is an international superstar. I'd argue that he's more of an international superstar now because he's in LA versus when he was in Dallas, because we're seeing him everywhere now. He's in commercials. He's on billboards. I'm not saying he wasn't already, but we're seeing it to a much greater effect. Being a superstar doesn't mean that you are one of the top 10 players in the league. To be a superstar means you are a global icon. Yao Ming, global icon when he was playing, right? He was in commercials everywhere. There was a sensation about him, obviously.
China,
but
okay.
One thing that we can all agree when it comes to the mainstream media of the NBA is that they are xenophobic. They don't want the person leading their product to be non-American. And they make that abundantly clear when Luka doesn't win MVP when he damn well deserves it, or when Joel Embiid, albeit he is also not American, but we know why they will gladly give it to Joel Embiid, who literally got MVP because he cried about it. Excuse me, what? So when you see these things, these narratives, and what we saw 2 seasons ago, who's the next Michael Jordan? Anthony Edwards? That's the next. And then you saw how quickly they dropped that, right? They dropped it. They're like, I guess you're not, right? So don't tell me that Luka had to be the guy because that's the best way to boost ratings when the NBA, the same company, really doesn't want non-Americans to be the face of the league, when the media themselves really don't even want non-Americans to be the face of the league. But you will see, and y'all heard it here first, September 27th, 2025 on Midnight Mavness, Cooper Flag is going to be pushed to ungodly levels because he's American.
I actually agree with that.
Because he's a white American and he is that good, you're going to see the media create the craziest narratives and stories. He's going to get pushed like no other.
He's definitely going to be everywhere. He's going to be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's going to have more marketing push towards him than
the Brinks trucks of marketing dollars
are ever had.
Or at the AAC waiting for him.
If he turns out to be that player. Now, it's
of course
hard to be that player, but I don't even think he even needs to be that level of player to get the amount of push that I'm sure the NBA is going to push, because I mean, we can literally have ourselves the next Larry Bird.
Why he gotta be Larry? Why can't he be Michael Jordan? Everybody called Luka the next Larry Bird. Why can't Luka be Magic?
Luka can be Magic, but I'm talking about in terms of marketing.
Of course,
Cooper Flag. We had to say Larry Bird.
If his rookie year,
the racial aspect was one of the reasons why that saved the NBA in the 80s. That most definitely the racial aspect was.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and it's not like, and now I don't bring race in basketball to cause any division or be weird, but we all know when
I'm reading the comments, by the way, they're funny. The comments are funny.
Yeah, but like I'll use like a quick example. Jeremy Lin, remember when he was good for like a week?
Brother,
that was the whole
one
thing.
Of the greatest weeks of all time, bro.
One of the greatest weeks of all time, because what does that open you up to if Jeremy Lin is good?
You have a whole new market that wants to watch him now.
You have a revitalized market that they can see a player that looks like them, and that market has billions
And
But
he
that
was in New
market,
York.
and no disrespect, but that
And it was
market
in New
isn't the
York.
same as the Balkan
I'm not
market.
even talking about New York. I'm talking about China, my guy.
Oh
No,
yeah,
that's what I'm
'cause
saying,
they
but,
only really
Like
watch
that's how
Rocky.
Yao
You-
Ming was making All-Star games without even playing a
If he
game.
was doing that for Charlotte, it wouldn't have been as big though.
It wouldn't have been as big.
It was New York.
You have the New York
pushed it.
market. You have the New York market
Of course.
and the China market as well.
Yeah.
But I'm sure the NBA was more excited about the Chinese market being re-energized than New York. But
to my point, and I want to hear your thoughts on it. When I mentioned how, Michael Jordan retiring, you have
that was actually a
people-
very good point. That was actually a very good point.
Yeah, like Michael Jordan retires, you have people that only watch for Michael don't want to watch anymore, and you could argue the same thing happened with Kobe. I know people that were just straight up Kobe Bryant fans. Kobe retires. I don't like LeBron because there was always that comparison. Who's better? So they're like, I'm not watching for
Especially in the
LeBron.
late
I'm going to watch
2000s.
for Kobe.
Yeah.
So what new market has been unlocked for the NBA because Luka changed jerseys? He changed cities.
You get, to me, this is me now trying. That's a very good point, but this is me trying to push back. I think a lot of the LA market contains a lot of casual fans.
Yes.
Right? If their team is not good, they will not watch. They won't watch anything. Right? The NBA in general is more valuable when LA and New York are good,
Right.
not better, right? So if you're looking at LeBron leaving, and then you have a chance of, we don't know how many years to the next superstar, because honestly, to these NBA players, LA isn't as much of a pool as it used to be.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. And
It's not much of a pool to the NBA player, because
European
now
players, more European players coming to the league. You're not going to see that attractiveness to the glitz and glamour of LA. They're not from here. They don't care about that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
However, there's a lot of, like I said, casual players that they know the Laker brand. My sisters don't watch the NBA. They know the Laker brand.
Right.
My parents don't watch the NBA. They know the Laker brand. The only reason why they know the Maverick brand is because they lived in Dallas since the 80s. That was the only reason why. They certainly know about the Dallas Cowboys. I got uncles in Nigeria that know exactly what the hell's going on with the Dallas Cowboys, because the Dallas Cowboys is the biggest sports brand in the world. But the Lakers are the NBA version of the Dallas Cowboys. Right? Now, NBA isn't as lucrative or as healthy as the NFL, so the NFL doesn't need to send stars to Dallas to make them relevant.
I wish, right? Send us Patrick Mahomes,
you know, anything in almost 30 effing years. But
at a time, man.
Like, if you were born in '96, you haven't seen the Cowboys win anything. You're a grown person. You paying bills and taxes now.
Still waiting something happening.
You're getting married, having multiple kids.
You've seen your team win, though.
Who, me?
Yeah, I did.
Marcel, I've seen his team won.
Who's his team?
Baby. Saints.
Oh, Saints.
The Colts.
That was probably That's another conspiracy.
Oh, the bounties. I'm like, okay, we paid them when they did a good job.
Why are you talking about the bounty?
Do I need to play the sound effect?
They felt bad for New Orleans. I heard it. And the ring shines.
Anyway, I'm look. If Pablo Torre came out with another story of backdoor deals going on to send Luka to the Lakers,
listen,
I will not.
And says it, I believe it.
Yeah, I will not be surprised.
Well,
because put yourself in the shoes of GM. Why would you make that Luka trade?
What, like if I'm Nico?
No, not if you're Nico, because Nico probably has brain rot.
Yeah,
but if you're a GM, if you're a GM on February 1st, 2025, and you have, I hate that GM so much on the Lakers. I forgot his name.
Rob Pelinka.
Rob Pelinka calls you up saying, "Hey, I was having conversations with the prior GM about making this deal," and he calls you up Why would you say yes to that deal?
The only reason why I can realistically see why a normal GM would say yes is if you're getting picks out of it. We got no draft cap. What? We got like a future first round pick? Like, no, give me like 3. Stat starting price is 3. I need 3.
Yeah, and then
I'm giving
like
you Luka Doncic. Do you not know what I have right here? This man is like the greatest thing that you can ever have right now. And I need a little bit more than Max Christie in a future first round pick.
Yeah. And then when you think of it, like outside of, like if I'm putting myself in those shoes, it's like from outside of, I don't know, some controversial behind the door, kind of stupid deal like that. Just
nothing controversial. He didn't ask for a trade.
It's just there's nothing in my brain that says this one makes sense. You know, unless it's a personal vendetta thing. That's I don't know, bro.
And that's what I believe. I truly do believe that Nico was on a power trip. There was a report that came out that went kind of under the radar how he was glad that Mark Cuban really had no power. Like he was waiting for like the team to be sold. And he was happy that, you know, how Mark Cuban wanted in the contract that he would still be involved and they didn't. Nico was happy because he's like, thank God there's no more oversight, right? I think it goes beyond just his personal vendetta with Luka. I think it was just control in general.
Okay, you own the team.
It fell on Luka to be the target.
Okay, you own the team. Why would you okay this trade?
Because I don't know basketball.
There's the only way. It was literally the perfect scenario. The perfect scenario.
Hold on.
But
now, I'm sure you two understand this, but I'm going to say this for the people watching that may not understand. There's an owner and a governor. The owner is, what's her name? The woman. Whatever her name is. Miriam. It was her money that bought
I was about to say Miriam Webster.
Miriam Webster? No, it was Miriam. Miriam bought the team. It was her money. Because little Patrick, he has like I checked it. He has like a net worth of like what, $3 million, $10 million. Okay. The team sold for a couple billion, right? She bought it for him. He's like, this will be a business. I can make you money. I love basketball. I'm a fan, but in reality, he's just too much of a freaking casual with way too much access to money that when someone like Nico's like, hey, I could do this and it's good. Go with it. And I've said this many times. The only way that Patrick comes out looking like a hero that deserves a statue next to Dirk is if the day that Nico came to him about this trade, he's like, let me consult my minority owner. Mark, that guy that I saw in the playoffs last year that carried this sorry-ass team to the finals, Nico wants to trade him. Is that a good idea? Would you do this? Mark Cuban would have flown his own jet himself to Nico's front door. You know what I'm saying? That's all Patrick had to do was bring it up to Mark Cuban. And just on a side note, I truly do think there should be some rule where whenever an organization makes any type of like trades of any level, all owners should be aware. Even if you don't have control, you should just know, hey, we're about to do this. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's kind of shady how Mark Cuban is still an owner and he doesn't know what you're doing.
He had no idea.
It's still his business. He is still a part owner, right? Even though minority owner,
like 27%, something like that.
It's like 27%. So it's like he's at least a quarter owns that team, and there's business being dealt that he doesn't know about.
Yeah.
Regardless if he can authorize it, he doesn't know. That's my thing. I think that should be changed regardless. Make it the Luka rule. I don't know.
So as a business owner, you should know. I got a controversial take, by the way, Enyi.
That's bad business. And that speaks volumes on Patrick.
So to the reason why I'm asking that, right, is because when this trade went down, trying to figure out the thought process between the trade. That's something that I do, right? I'm someone who values a thought process. Football, if you go for it on fourth down, I'm not gonna dog you based on the result. I'm gonna dog you based on the thought process, right? So that's what I'm trying to go for. There's nothing about this move to trade Luka that made sense basketball wise.
No.
Business wise. If I was someone who cared about I might not know much about basketball, but I've been to a game and I see 85% of the people in the stands are wearing this particular number, 77. Who happens to wear 77?
You just watched this team make the finals.
Mm-hmm. You
So
got hardware from them.
there's
in your
literally,
first season.
conspiracy makes more sense than what the actual story is.
I'd
Even
argue
if you
against
say,
that.
huh?
I'd argue against that, and I have examples.
How? Okay.
Do you believe
Yes. Well,
in bad business?
I believe in bad business, but not to that level. Like, not.
The Timberwolves having to give up 5 future first-round picks. Bad
Hold on.
business?
Hold on.
Is that bad business?
That's bad business, but they were trying to circumvent.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
still
yeah.
a level of bad business that did hurt them because they didn't have those picks to stay relevant for how long? For 5 seasons.
Mhm.
They had no first-round pick. That's bad business. You cannot do anything with your shitty-ass organization. Clippers. And what we're seeing is that bad business.
Oh, that's
Because
bad
of
business.
the potential ramifications will then show if it was bad business. But let's say there will be an outcome. Is that bad
Mhm.
business?
Okay. Is bad business, but it's not. It's not. I can see the thought process. We are trying to land ourselves a
Mhm.
superstar and keep them here and keep them happy.
Right.
So this is the lengths that we're going to have to do to keep them happy, right?
I think
Getting rid of a commodity that's highly sought after.
Yeah.
You said you will do it, or you would think about it for 3 first-round picks or whatever.
Anthony Davis, Max Christie, 3 first-round picks. I'm listening.
Okay, you get those first-round picks so you
Mhm.
can land yourself a player the caliber of Luka. You already have the player that we're supposed to be looking for. So why would you trade him before he even hits his prime? If he's out of his prime, I can maybe listen. But this player's only 25, 26.
Right.
You're talking about he's out of shape, but he's still putting up 34 and 8 out of shape, leading you to a finals. But you're saying what? That bad business. There's bad business where I'm trying to break rules in order to get ahead. And there's what we just saw, which this doesn't help you get ahead. This doesn't help you in the short term.
Right.
Certainly doesn't help you in the long term. Doesn't make sense for the community. Doesn't make sense timing wise because you don't do a trade like this in the middle of the season. You don't. There's nothing about this trade that makes sense unless you add in the conspiratorial angle to it. Now I'm like, okay, maybe now I can start to see some thought processes line up.
So, because it doesn't make sense to rational people who understand basketball, that's why. And I'm not trying to be going after anybody. I'm not trying to be an asshole. Just saying that's why people lead to conspiracies because they're trying to find logic behind it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I said bad business. And I have more examples for you. Who in the right mind would give Bradley Beal a no trade clause? Who would then trade for Bradley Beal, who is on a no trade clause, to then play with Devin Booker and Kevin Durant? Is that not bad business?
That's bad business, but every example that you're stating is someone who is perceiving that the move they made at least helps them in the short term.
And that's what our ownership did. They thought they were making the right move.
Hold on.
I'm telling you, for it to make sense to you, you cannot give Nico and Patrick enough credit to think that they.
But you can't. You can at least give Nico that credit because we saw moves
because he's made good moves. Yes,
yeah.
But maybe
so why would you make good moves? And
hold on, just because I do 5 good things doesn't mean that the 6th thing won't be bad. That I let my personal feelings get in the way of my judgment. That does happen. That happens in business as well. If we're going to keep using business where innovation works, a pivot in your business model works. Boom, wrong pivot.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect example, Blockbuster. You are everywhere. Netflix wanted to sell themselves to you. You said no, bad business move. Netflix is the biggest thing in streaming right now, right? Bad business happens, and it does happen in sports. Another example of bad business.
Give me another example.
The Lakers, prior to getting LeBron, even when they got LeBron, how many great players did the Lakers have? Good young players did they just get rid of? Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, he's hurt now, but Lonzo Ball. They had Zubac, right? They had Josh Hart. They
Uh-huh.
had several other good young talent that they traded away because they wanted a quick ring.
but-
Is that not bad business? After Kobe Bryant retired, they had Julius Randle, they had D'Angelo Russell. Like there's so many good young players
But they
that
got
went on that team.
but they got return. They got immediate return for that bet.
They didn't get a ring till LeBron got there.
But they didn't trade all those players till LeBron after his first year and got AD.
What
In
I'm
return.
getting at is there is bad business.
There is bad.
Bradley
I'm
Beal,
not saying
no
it's
trade
wrong.
clause for Bradley Beal. The Suns, prior to the Hail Mary saving grace that they made this offseason, they were about to go into next season with no draft picks in the draft and no money to trade for anybody until they got bailed out by the Kevin Durant trade and actually using their brain. Another bad business move. The Brooklyn Nets acquiring Kevin Durant, Kyrie, and James Harden, and then blowing that up shortly after. And even now, to this day, the Brooklyn Nets have 18 players on standard contracts. Why? You drafted 5 players in the first round. Are you signing all 5? And then you trade for Michael Porter Jr. They made a trade with the Heat where they sent cash consideration to get a player back. Why are you adding contracts?
So
the drip show said getting a championship.
Because Enyi, if you are a GM of a team with 5 first-round picks,
no, I'm definitely going to try to trade to get a notable player. But how? But
bad business happens.
But
and I know Nico's done great things. You can't say that he won't ever slip up and make a bad move. Everyone's liable to doing that.
But hold on.
Cuban did it after we won a championship, blew it up.
That's bad business. That was bad business.
That was bad business. But you already got the return. He was trying to make a long term, saying our team is old. I'm gonna try to get younger. But the player already was on the trajectory. It wasn't like it's not like it's actually I would say it's not like an Anthony Edwards that he went to the Western Conference Finals 2 years in a row, whatever, right? We're talking about a player that went to the Western Conference Final. He took a team that, if you really look at it unbiasedly, was not that good of a roster.
Which roster?
22.
Which one? Oh.
22.
Yeah.
Was not that good of a roster.
No.
What was our goal? Our goal was only to get past the first round. That meant
you were starting.
That man took us to the Western Conference Final, right? And then you actually gave him some players. You made good, savvy moves.
Mm-hmm.
To get a roster that was able to complement him for him to take you to the finals.
Yeah.
You saw you saw his greatness unfold right in front of you. And then you trade him. The Bradley Beal move, you can say desperation. Kevin Durant trade, desperation. Brooklyn trade, especially you can talk about the trade for Kevin Garnett, Jason Terry, all that. Desperation. Mm-hmm. Sometimes there's desperate moves that are being made in hopes to win a championship, or at least to better your front. Bad business is going to be done when some people just make bad calls. You take chances, and those chances don't work out.
And unfortunately,
but how often
did that? They took a chance.
But hold on. How often do you have a player that has given you those kind of results? It's not chance. We're not projecting anything. He's already done it.
Mm-hmm.
That man was 5 first team All NBA. The only time he didn't get it was injuries and rookie year. Anytime after that, Western Conference Player of the Year, led you to the finals. He's doing everything that a superstar is supposed to do. Yeah. The only thing is championship. And by all means, he literally has accomplished everything that most champions have accomplished, even losing in the finals.
Yeah.
Right? Give me an example of the owner and the GM that traded a player that has had that much results and then traded him with no demand. Look it up.
I don't have one.
It,
With that level of
it doesn't
youth,
it doesn't have. That's why
Yeah.
the conspiracy. When I was telling people you can't be mad at these fans for feeling the way they feel, is because we literally the conspiracy makes more sense than what they were actually told. Defense wins championships. Really? In 2025 and where you can look at a player, you get called a foul, and you say that's what you want to rest your laurels on? Defense? You can barely play defense in the league legally.
I hear you.
But that's what I'm saying.
But you are
it's not like
someone. Hold on, but you're speaking from a place where you don't have any personal bias against Luka. You're speaking as someone who wants Luka, who loves him, who appreciates him, who doesn't see him as a threat to your authority. You look at Luka with a clear mind. TGK looks at Luka with a clear mind. I look at Luka with a clear mind. Is it possible in the realm of reality? Is it possible that Nico made this move out of personal reasons and not basketball reasons, but used basketball reasons to cover up his personal reasons? Even though we've never seen it happen, and I'll give you that. I mean, we've never seen this happen where a personal reason caused this much of mayhem, but is it possible that he did it for those reasons?
Let me interject right quick. We got a super chat, y'all. Got a super chat. $2 from the Drip Show says y'all 100. Giving a round of applause. Salute to the homie. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate the super chat.
This is good. This is good talk.
A shout out to Johnny Bravo, who said using personal reasons in business is bad business. Bad business.
Well,
I mean, not to the same extent, but we heard a few years ago the weird stuff going on between Daryl Morey and James Harden, right?
Mm-hmm.
James Harden was in China talking about I ain't going back to him. Personal reasons. Now, it's not the same. I'm not saying the same as Luka, but that's still a personal bad business relationship.
I'm gonna make a poll. We're gonna come up with like 4. I'm gonna put was the Luka trade ... Well, what are the options we should put? Bad business or like personal reasons? That's
personal
one.
Reasons.
Conspiracy.
I want to see if I can get. I want to see if I can legit get people on the conspiracy train.
Well,
because
what's the third
honestly,
one?
to me, it makes
defense wins championships.
Defense wins championships. Yeah, either you think it was just bad business, you think it was personal, ratings wise, or
ratings.
Many
that falls under conspiracy.
Conspiracies, yeah.
Because even if he,
I need one more. I need one more. I got personal reasons, conspiracy, defense wins championships. What's the other one? Ego? Nico's ego?
Yeah. He wants to be the man.
Whatever we were told. He wants to be the man without even touching the basketball.
But there's stuff that backs that up because he also hired people that weren't qualified to be in our training staff, but they were yes men. They said, yes, Nico, I'll do whatever you say. I just want to advance my own career. And I don't blame the people in charge. They were doing what they thought was best for their career, by all means. But they got that by kissing Nico's butt because of his ego. Track record. But we got on this.
Hold on.
I'm bringing it back because we were on this conversation because of another reason. But I think there was an original question.
But the one last point.
Go right.
So even if it's for ego reasons,
yeah.
Why was the governor's ego involved?
No, he's just dumb.
Yeah, he's dumb.
Yeah, no.
But how do you? So you don't know anything about basketball.
He don't know shit.
I'm
sorry for cursing, but he doesn't know anything.
He actually don't.
Guess who doesn't know anything about basketball? My wife. My wife doesn't even know what the fuck basketball is. She was like, why the hell will he do that? Like she knew it.
Yeah.
She watched 2 Mavs games and was like, why would you trade that guy?
You're absolutely right. You cannot.
So even to somebody who doesn't know ball, that's why I say, but business wise, he's been to a game. He held the Western Conference Championship trophy. He saw the Western Conference Finals MVP trophy get handed to this guy. He sees all the fans wearing this guy's jersey. He sees I was gonna say billboards, but we don't have much billboards of Luka at the time. But whenever he got first team All NBA, there were certainly billboards of him,
I mean,
repping the 77 Dallas jersey. So why would you okay that trade business wise? What's the sense?
And that's where I can only really boil it down to Patrick Dumont is just stupid and doesn't know anything about business. Because
you don't
know what Nico said to convince Patrick. I don't know what he said. Like,
you don't get to the level.
He didn't sell him on basketball reasons. It had to have been money and business reasons. Because what you're saying is right. You watch Luka go to the finals, get Western Conference final, or Western Conference MVP. He's been doing all these great things. There's a Luka day in Dallas, right? So I don't think Patrick had personal reasons. He was tricked. I fully believe he's just stupid. He was just tricked into it.
I don't know
what Nico has to say to convince him.
I don't think you get to the doors that this man was able to get to being that stupid.
Yeah, you do, because he was married into this family. He married her daughter who's rich. And I don't know how the man looks like Patrick Starr morphed with the, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Like, Patrick Dumont is not an attractive man. He looks like, if the movie Dumb and Dumber, if there was Dumber and Dumberer. Like, he looks like one of them.
That was actually a movie.
He's trying to draw somebody from memory. Like,
I
someone like him doesn't just use his brain or his skills to get into a billionaire family. He lucked into it. And because he lucked into it, he was able to get a nice shiny toy in the form of an NBA team. Because his mother-in-law could afford it.
That was the smartest play he had, for sure. That was the smartest play he had. But
he said, "Hey, you want casinos in Dallas? They don't have them yet. We could probably lobby for it. And if we get the Dallas Mavericks to have an entertainment center where you can watch games and gamble, your money will tenfold. Money won't leave to Choctaw no more. It's going to stay in Dallas because you have boots on the ground on the very first sports betting arena in the state. Buy the Mavericks. Mark Cuban can help you do it. Money." Now, whatever it was that Nico said to Patrick, I don't know. Patrick, look at the man. Does he look like? Name one accomplishment he has in his resume. Name one. It's not like this was Jeff Bezos or Bill Gates or Elon even that bought the team and they're trying to figure it out. Who's Patrick Dumont? Who is he?
Well, you said
I never heard of him.
You say his net worth is 2-something mil?
He's like 10 mil, 3 mil, somewhere in that range.
But I feel like if your net worth is 100,000, you will know enough business wise. You're really saying
Elon bought Twitter.
You're really saying someone is that dumb, bro? I'm telling you, there are people.
Sometimes people get lucky, bro. Sometimes people get lucky.
Maybe I have more faith in humanity, but I refuse to believe someone is that dumb. I refuse to believe someone's that dumb.
Bro, look, all right, let me look at Mark Cuban. The fact that he has buyer or seller's remorse, talking about, if I could have, I would have sold, I would have done it differently. I would have put it up for what, bid or something? Like, Mark Cuban has proven over and over that someone can be a billionaire and be dumb at the same time.
But yeah, but he had ulterior motives. He was trying to get in business with them because if they are able to pull off the casino in Dallas, he was going to try to get his cut of that.
No, but I'm saying that you could be rich and still make dumb ass decisions, and that's what Mark Cuban has proven.
There's
Jerry Jones, another one.
There's dumb business moves, but if you can see the thought process, I sold it to these guys because they're trying to get casinos, and that will tenfold the money. I'm trying to be a part of that. So let me give it to those guys. That makes sense.
Right.
That makes sense. Now, I cannot fault them for that. But I refuse to believe someone is that stupid to see that all the results that this particular person is like owning a sales company and then firing your top salesperson.
Enyi. I have the perfect example, Enyi. Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson, bro. But that is literally the example right there. That is the example. You have someone that delivered and delivered and delivered, and you got rid of him after he won a Super Bowl. The same thing with Luka. It had to be either a conspiracy, ego thing, but yes. No, people are dumb, bro.
That one is a bit ego thing because what did Jerry said? Jerry said I can get 500 coaches to coach this NFL team and win a Super Bowl. And what did he do? Before
then, he said that Jimmy was worth 5 Heisman trophies.
Yeah, he did. But then he had the experience, and he said we built up this team, and he said I can get 500 coaches to win the Super Bowl with this roster. And what did he do? He got another coach. And what did they do? They won a Super Bowl. Like, yes, it's bad business and whatnot, but you can see his line of thinking. This team is so good that and he's not giving me any credit. Like, I'm just over here just not doing anything. That man is probably he lived in his eyes. He was probably working day in, day out, trying to
really quick, because I think
maybe
some other people watching think a little bit too highly of Mr. Dumont. Oh, Patty, right? I pulled up his resume. We can talk about Patty. Because just because you're a governor doesn't mean you have the experience to be here. Is that correct? Am I correct in saying that when it comes to being an owner of a team, doesn't mean you have the experience to be in that position? A good example of our own is Mark Cuban and how he had to fail several times with the Dallas Mavericks before it started to make sense, correct? Mm-hmm. Now, for Patrick Dumont, just quick little Google search. He worked he worked for over a decade at Sands Corporation, which is his mother-in-law's corporation.
Okay.
He rose from finance and strategy positions to become a CFO and later president and COO, chief operating officer. He never owned anything.
Did he get
married into a family? He's a finance guy.
Marcel, can you put how much he's lost the Sands company since he joined them?
But can you also say when did he become CFO and when did he marry into the family?
So
and I got to
became the CFO in 2016.
Huh?
So he became the CFO in 2016 and then became the COO in 2021.
When did he marry his daughter?
Dumont get married?
I got to pee so bad.
2009. So he was already married in the family for 5 years before he became the CFO.
Go ahead, Enyi. You go. This Midnight Mavness, bro. You don't have to.
You go. All right, good. I'll just talk to you, TGK, because hear me out, right? Like, he was already married in the family.
Bring up your next point, TGK, because you're about to bring up a point. And
I had a controversial take. I'll wait till you get back.
Okay.
All I'm gonna say is the man, and I'm not gonna say he doesn't have the right qualifications to be in finance. But you can't say just because you have experience in finance that you have experience in making financial decisions for a basketball team. Very different from a gambling corporation, or they're resorts really, right? Like Sands, right? You have someone like Steve Ballmer who rose up with Microsoft and Bill Gates, bought the Clippers. What in the hell have the Clippers done since Steve Ballmer bought them? So yes, you can be that dumb to trade SGA for Paul George, and because you're getting Kawhi Leonard. And SGA goes and wins a championship. That would be the closest thing equivalent to the Luka trade, except you can say, well, SGA wasn't SGA yet. You're absolutely right. He was still young. But that would be the closest thing to the Luka trade, but obviously he was too young. People weren't outraged. But yes, Steve Ballmer, who came from Microsoft, traded, and in case you didn't know, Steve Ballmer, who came from Microsoft, traded away SGA for Paul George, and he didn't even trade away Paul George.
Marcel.
He let Paul George walk after he traded 5 first-round picks for him.
Marcel.
Because he loves Kawhi Leonard so much. Like he's
Marcel.
circumventing money.
Marcel.
Like, come on, bad business exists.
Marcel. Put yourself in Ballmer's shoes or whoever the GM was, you make that deal. You make that deal 10 out of 10.
No, that's what I'm saying. Obviously, at the time, it looked like a good deal in hindsight, because hindsight's
2020, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Put yourself before the results are made.
To the Luka trade, that's the closest thing. Although it's still separate because SGA went off to win a championship, and Paul George is not even participating in training camp for the Sixers.
So this is where there's levels to this, right? We've been saying about this about Luka all the time.
Did you change shirts?
I did because I was sweating.
I gotta play a round of applause, the laughs, and the sound effects in the background.
All right. All right. So TGK.
Yeah.
We talked about this. And I'm very sure that there are some Mavs fans out there who are of the same belief. This trade is so bad. And not even just basketball, not business, community level wise. If the Mavericks were to go ahead and win a championship either this year or next year, I still wouldn't do this trade.
Yes, I agree. Most Mavericks fans would say that, but you would still enjoy the championship.
Not as much as I could.
You would still enjoy it. It doesn't matter. On a
Not
scale
as
of
much
1
as
to
I
10,
could.
you're still on the scale.
It'll be 6.
Still on the scale. You're
It'll
still
be-
enjoying it. And maybe not as much because I understand we were supposed to have the next chip with Luka, and
Yeah.
I get that. But you still have a banner to raise, a parade in your city.
I probably wouldn't even go to that parade.
Oh, I'd be in there, and I would give my roommate my PIN code to bail me out of jail because I'd probably get arrested for just going too crazy. Because trust me, when we made the finals a few years ago, I was ready. I was like, get the parade now. Get the parade ready now. But this is my thing. It's obviously gonna be very bittersweet. But I look at it like big picture. My team won a championship. And I know, not saying you guys, but I know a lot of people are like, well, I don't want to give Nico no credit. I don't give Nico no credit. He ain't shooting the ball. He ain't putting the ball in the hoop. He ain't playing defense. He's not drawing up the plays. He's just some dude who makes decisions, and we don't always agree with them. But those players will always get the credit first and foremost. The players that go on the court every game, every night, and battle it out. Because remember, it could have been really easy for a lot of these guys to request trades. And I can't remember who it was, but TGK, I know you remember these conversations. Someone told me that there will be a mass exodus this summer. Players are going to want to leave. And instead, every player we retain is back on a cheap deal. They're not even bleeding us dry to stay here.
I mean, you could also credit the aprons because money was tight this offseason.
Oh, for sure. But we still made it work, though.
They made it work for sure.
Players are going to try to get security. I mean, we heard it from Sham God that you do business like that is only a matter of time before everyone. I honestly think that was one of the reasons why we lost our whole.
Oh, I believe that 110%.
Yeah.
The moment Sham God confirmed it, oh yeah, they were willing to forego promotions to stay here, and then that happened.
Yeah, there was like I said. Well, we're not gonna know the full story, but I thought this conversation was because we've heard everything. The way you could talk about this trade, but I thought this conversation was fun. It was different. It wasn't like,
how
the
dare
Mavericks.
You say that Kyrie Irving would take an injury so we could get Cooper Flag? How dare you? Because that's how it started.
That's how. Yeah. Okay.
How dare you?
Can we go back to that, by the way?
Sure. Go ahead.
All right.
How dare you? The integrity of Kyrie Irving will not be questioned in front of me.
Oh my gosh. Anyway.
But by the way, for those watching, for the 20 viewers I got right now watching. Be on the lookout for how Kyrie is covered this season. Just be on the lookout. Just be on the lookout. There's some.
All of a sudden, he's ahead of schedule, right?
No, Enyi. I have to tell you off the record, but just be on the lookout how he's covered.
How can you be ahead of schedule if we don't know the schedule? What schedule?
Mm-hmm.
You told us nothing.
What do you think, Sylvester?
No, so I think now I'm not trying to slander Kyrie. This is just,
can you get more in the middle of your camera? You're like on.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
Sorry. I'm an amateur at this. I'm not like you guys.
No, you've been doing this with DDP, man.
Yeah, I've been doing it with DDP, but we were sitting next to each other. He did everything. Anyway. So this is things that came across my head. These are not like beliefs I had, but it was like thoughts that ran across my head. And then I'm seeing all these things, these headlines, and it's almost like, sometimes things can happen. I do recognize that. And things can happen in your favor. And sometimes multiple things can happen in your favor. But sometimes it's such a minuscule chance of that happening that the only way that it can happen is if someone can move things around in the background.
Bro, did you not watch Endgame? Doctor Strange said there's only one way we win. But Nico said there's only one way we get Cooper.
What do they have to do? What do they have to do for that one
Trade
thing.
Luka.
They
People
had
are going
to-
to get injured.
no,
We're gonna
in
lose
Endgame, 'cause
games.
we're bringing it to
And
comic
then
book now.
what, it
We're
was
bringing
Max
it
Strus,
we're
or was
bringing
it?
it to the
Max Strus was hitting
MCU.
crazy shot? No,
What
it
they had to do to get that one chance? They had to finagle. They
Josh
literally
Giddey had to hit that game winner. We're in the
Josh
timeline.
Giddey.
We're in the timeline.
They
We are
literally
in
had
that
to go
one.
to different timelines.
This is Josh Giddey right here. That was Josh Giddey. He's the one that did
Josh
the.
Giddey.
Yeah, someone had to flashback to that point and like manipulate the ball and go
Now.
faster. I don't know. What do they do? A coin flip to see who got the 11th
Yeah.
spot? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Josh Giddey had to hit the game winner. We had to win the coin flip. Kyrie had to tear his ACL. AD had to miss time. We almost had to forfeit games. We had to trade Luka. Najee had to get sick thanks to Jimmy Butler. Like a lot of things had to happen. We had to trade. We had to trade away Josh Green for Klay Thompson. We had to then get rid of. Oh, we also had to not sign Derrick Jones Jr. to get Najee Marshall, so he got sick and missed games.
That has nothing to do with it. Anyway.
It's all related. This was all well in the works all year.
I think
at a certain point it can be done.
You got me thinking of that meme where the guy's like looking at the wall and his hair is all crazy. Like that's Mavs.
Or the alien guy.
Oh yeah, that one too.
Yeah, when the trade happened, I was that alien dude. I'm telling you,
it's crazy for sure. But I mean, in my opinion, I think in a weird, twisted, like sadistic way, like it's part of what makes sports. Because how many times have you seen crazy like stats or numbers or instances where like, what are the odds of that ever happening, right? So I'm not saying the Luka trade itself is, hey, it's part of sports. I'm talking about the whole. You trade away Luka, you lost these games, people got hurt, you get the number one pick, and you get Cooper Flag. Like, that's part of those crazy storylines that are going to be told for years and years. It's unfortunate that it happened to us. It was going to happen to somebody. But no one ever talks about how San Antonio has consistently been getting top picks.
And they've been consistently tanking and consistently getting the top pick. It's BS, bro.
Yeah.
But look, I ain't trying to keep y'all. I ain't trying to keep y'all here all night. I know it's Midnight Mavness. That's just the name. It don't mean we go all the way till midnight. But I do have a controversial perspective.
Okay.
And I'm going to play the sound effect in the background. With the whole Pablo expose of the Clippers, right? And I know they've already talked about maybe the Jalen Brunson one. Bring it back to the Mavericks. Do y'all think that Mark Cuban has been so boisterous in defending Mr. Ballmer because I don't know, it hurts me to say this. Maybe Mark was doing this with Dirk back in the day? Because when you look at Dirk's movie that came out, you look at who had ownership of the distribution rights, Mark Cuban. When you look at how much money Dirk, could have signed or could have been paid and didn't, it was in the almost 200 mil. So I wonder if Mark Cuban is just so stupid enough again to over defend Ballmer to then bring attention to him, not knowing that maybe he was the one that has started this stuff too.
Now, if I was Marcel, I would probably be like, absolutely, those are all just coincidences. There's no way that Mark Cuban will break any rules to make sure he had enough money to operate.
Things just happen, guys.
And retain Dirk. Dirk Nowitzki is just such a great guy that he foregone over $200 million just so he can stay on a team that will probably get the 8th seed once the season is done.
It does make me look at them a little funny, man. I ain't gonna. We got a super chat. We got a super chat up in his beard. Let's go. Salute to the homie Alex Khan says hi, y'all. So appreciate you. I think that's €5, £5. I don't know my currencies. I'm sorry.
I think that's pounds.
Yeah, pounds. All right, appreciate it, man. As always.
I am well traveled. I'm going to Jamaica on Tuesday.
Where's the invite?
No. I'm going.
Going
with my wife.
My wife. Euros. All right, appreciate it, Alex.
So I have a little conspiracy of my own when it comes to Mark Cuban and that whole situation.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think Mark Cuban is guilty, but I think he knows who is. And so he keeps bringing up Steve Ballmer so the spotlight stays on him. Because I do believe that Mark Cuban has at one point overspoke, which allowed him to dig deeper and find more on Ballmer. If Mark Cuban really didn't want to be investigated, shut up. Don't put the spotlight on you. But I think he knows. Billionaires are all like, they're all friends. They all know each other. I think he knows what Steve Ballmer did. He's like, oh, you're investigating that? Well, no, there's no way Steve Ballmer did. He's a great guy. He's so good that he made that company himself and that he put his own money into that so Kawhi could plant trees. Oh, wait, hold on. 3D chess, man. I don't like the Clippers. I'm pretty sure Mark Cuban also doesn't like the Clippers. And Mark Cuban, in most senses of the word, isn't like other billionaires, but let's say he knows that the other owners are doing some shady stuff and he has the opportunity to defend Ballmer. But if you keep talking about him, we won't stop talking about him. The league will have to keep investigating. This is also the time of year where Mark Cuban just does a whole world tour of podcasts. He's everywhere right now.
Yeah. I think he's next on Midnight Mavness, by the way, next week.
Man, if I had Mark Cuban on Mavericks Digest, I would, hey, Mark, why'd you do it?
Everything. Why'd you do everything?
Why'd you do it? Why'd you sub team, man? Man, like
it was beautiful harmony going on here, and you
then they raised the ticket prices. Didn't they raise ticket prices too?
But why?
You raise ticket prices and sell your moneymaker? That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. Sound like bad business to me.
And he's like, why?
Why would you raise your ticket prices after?
Because Cooper's on.
Maybe you knew.
Cooper's on the way.
You knew something was up. Just saying. Just throwing it out there.
Cooper.
Gonna bring the house down.
Shots.
I'm telling you, that's my bet. Where can I make a future bet that at some point in the Maverick season they're gonna play the theme song to Hanging with Mr. Cooper?
Oh man, it's gonna happen. I feel like they're gonna do all the corny like Cooper like jokes and just little quips. It's gonna be so lame. I'll have to make up a cool one. Don't worry, I got you.
I do your thing. Do your thing. Yeah. I will appreciate the Hanging with Mr. Cooper. That's a deep cut.
Yeah.
Well, before we end the show, man, because I'm not trying to keep y'all here all night. I do got a couple of questions though. I got one for Marcel. With going into this upcoming season, with now covering the Mavs on YouTube over the last 2 years now, it's been a journey. What are like your lessons learned and what are things that you're looking forward to bring to the Mavs content this upcoming season?
Lesson learned. The fans are crazy. I love this fan base, but they crazy, bro. It's like they're all Mavericks fans, but they're also like little groups of Mavericks fans. Like you have the groups of people like me, like we love Dwight Powell. Like joking wise, we're not saying he needs minutes or a real rotation spot, but we know that you need a guy like that for the culture. The Heat had Udonis Haslem for how long, and he wasn't even doing anything, right? So we get that. But then you also have another pocket of Mavericks fans, which we've talked about, that are like Kyrie stands versus the Luka stands. We had that whole situation. Then now we have AD fans. So one thing I learned is that Mavericks fans are crazy. They're just crazy. But one thing I want to bring one thing I want to bring to the content next season is just I want to bring fans back. That like that's what I want to do. Like I'm not gonna sit here and say get over it. I'm not the fan police, you know what I'm saying? But I want to bring fans back. I want them to enjoy Mavericks basketball, enjoy Cooper Flag, and enjoy D'Angelo Russell, enjoy PJ and Najee. Like I've told people, I'm not lying. I'm being serious when I say this. I'm most excited to watch Najee Marshall next season. I am so excited to see Najee more than Cooper Flag, more than AD, more than seeing Kyrie come back. I'm excited to see Najee Marshall because I just love how who he is now Mavs culture. Him, PJ, and like what you said earlier about Dennis Smith Jr. just being that type of guy. Like that's what our culture is now. And I'm excited to see Najee Marshall play next season. There's so much more to this team than just one superstar. We have so many great players to watch, and I want guys to come back and enjoy in its entirety of everybody.
I think, to your point, one of the cool, interesting things about this season is that I feel like no matter what happens, even if we have a disastrous season, there will still be a reason to watch.
Yeah.
So that's a take that I have. That even myself, who was disappointed about what happened last year, but yes, we got Cooper Flag, and I'm not hating on him by any stretch of the imagination. I want him to be successful, and I'm excited to watch you. I definitely love your point about Najee Marshall. I had tons of fun watching him play basketball last year. And you definitely felt it when he was not in the lineup for whatever that plague was that was going around the team last year. But yeah, there's always good, especially if Dennis Smith is still on the team.
That helps. That helps.
There's always going to be a reason for me to watch. And look, the way my heart is, as soon as the tip off happens, I'm going to be fully engaged. It's the in between the games where I'm going to be like down on the dumps. But even this year, when I watched, I was still very much engaged. And I can definitely see that happening next year when it's all said and done. Even though I'm not, someone just said I'll just watch the highlights.
The highlights. Adam Silver told me to.
Yeah, yeah. I can.
Call me broke and told me to watch
that.
And he answered the question I was going to ask him, because I was going to ask you, like, so how do you think you're going to watch the Mavs this season? And you just answered that without me even asking.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. You know, just night one of Midnight Mavness, right? This ongoing project here, But, for me, again, people look sideways like, oh, he covering Luka and the Mavericks. Who cares, right? But
my channel. I can do what I want to.
I can cry if I want to, because I did cry on the night. Enyi, did you see my live stream when Luka got traded?
I did. I watched it literally 3 days ago.
Give me a quick review of your how's the perspective of it,
bro. The reaction was so visceral that it literally brought me back. It brought me back to that day, because it was you had the sense of he got hacked. He got hacked. It's crazy. I can't believe he got hacked. And you're slowly realizing that this shit is actually real. And then you're just like, what the fuck? I can't and literally that was me. When I got up and I saw the news and I saw the notifications, I saw everyone's texts calling me out. And then I'm like, why the fuck is everyone calling me out? Why am I not going to be happy when I wake up? What are you talking about? And then I see it. My reaction was you well down the line was, what the fuck? I was calling people, no one was answering. I was
bro.
I had to talk to somebody because my wife wasn't gonna get it. And so I went to the office and I was just calling someone. My best friend picked up and I was just yelling. And he was just like, I get it, bro. I get it. He's not a Mavs fan, but he was just like, I get it. Go ahead and just keep yelling. I'm just like, why the fuck would he do this? This is bullshit. Are you kidding me? Did I call my brother and I did the same thing? My wife came in here. He was like, did someone die? Oh, they're just talking basketball.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. So watching that, oh my gosh, dude. Literally I was literally playing NBA 2K with the Mavericks while I was listening, and it was literally bringing me back to that day. It was crazy.
Yeah, bro. That night I was live, obviously a little bit before, about 20-some minutes before the trade happened.
45 minutes into the live stream that the news started breaking.
And then it was after the Royal Rumble, so the Midnight Mavness actually started almost at midnight, right? Mm-hmm. I went on for 4 hours, bro. I called Marcel, called Sticks, called my homies, called Big J, then I ended up getting slightly biased on the show around 2:30, 3 a.m., bro. He was still up, losing his mind. But
we all were up. What you mean?
Yeah. No one could sleep. I think
I was up to 4.
Yeah,
that morning.
And then the next day when I did the video, the Dallas Mavericks are dead to me. You could see if Like it's as if I lost like Sylvester or something, right? Like I was out of it. But as far as me covering the Mavericks this upcoming season, I said it at the start of the show. It's really for the community that I've grown here, the connection I have, and really for the love of the city and the bond I already built with the players that are on the team. I mean, damn, majority of them took us on the finals. So covering them for that, and working on continuously compartmentalizing, separating Nico from the team, and trying to keep my love for basketball and the Mavs separate. So just trying to do that, and then I could just cover Luka without any issues and enjoy covering Luka and what he's doing over there in La La Land. So I feel like I won in a sense, you know what I'm saying? Because whenever Luka plays, right, the light will go on the jersey, and then whenever the Mavs play, the light will go on the banner. You know what I'm saying? So I get to do that. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. You know. Right. All right, man. Hey, appreciate everybody watching. I hope y'all enjoyed the return show of Midnight Mavness. I'll be here every Saturday night, whether I have guests or I don't have guests, whether it's just talking to the stream, to the people in the chat, whatever the case may be.
Marcel, you're still cool, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean, if you just listen to me, maybe you'll be a little bit happier. But
no, for sure, I'll be more happier. But hey, if I keep on letting the GM do whatever he wants to, we'll have another Dallas Cowboys situation.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. See, maybe Cowboys fans can learn from Mavericks fans. You want change? You got to go crazy. Y'all don't go crazy enough.
All right, hey, man, appreciate y'all. Drip Show, you a Cowboys fan? Let me answer this. Drip Show, unfortunately, I am. I have been a Cowboys fan that has not enjoyed any kind of success other than when Tony Romo brought us out of the pits of hell and 3 consecutive 5-11 seasons. But hopefully, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna fix them, but I know Jerry Jones got to go. You got to go.
Oh, you got to go.
But appreciate everybody saying it was a good show. Hey, man, I think everybody loved it. I just sat back and let y'all go at it.
I had a lot of fun. This was great. It
was great, man. All right, man. Appreciate everybody.
It wasn't what we planned on talking about, but
that's what I say.
I didn't give much thought to that Kyrie thing. I was just like, but the Luka
you thought he just hyperextended his knee.
Yeah, I thought
that's what you thought.
Bro, from the moment, and people were mad that I was saying this when I was live streaming.
Yeah, I remember you were live. I was watching.
I said it ACL because I tore my ACL the exact same way. My knee went in ACL. Called it. No, he hyperextended. They said it's a sprain. No, ACL. You're putting negativity out there. You don't know what you're talking about. ACL. And the news came out. I told you. ACL. I told you. Same thing happened to me, and I remember. I think like a month or two ago, I went back to that game that I was live because I was showing somebody like what happened, and my reaction, I like jump out my seat. I'm like, oh, I can't look at it.
You were so distraught, dog. I saw it.
I hated it.
Yeah, I remember seeing you live. You were just, you wanted to get out of your skin. That's how bad it got.
Oh, I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to see it.
Yeah. All right, man. Appreciate everybody watching. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll be here again. If you're into all that Maverick stuff, Luka stuff, I'm gaming now, so I might go live again and just play game 3 of my All Pro Football 2K8. Things of that sort.
That's what you're playing?
Yes, bro. I'm playing throwback games on like Xbox 360. Nice. I'm doing those games, but
back when video games were great.
When they were great, bro. Yes.
Make games great again.
Make games great again, and we'll end it with that, man. It's been your boy TGK here with Mavericks Digest and Enyi Nduka. Did I say that right? Nduka?
Yep, you did. It was good.
Look at that. See? All right, I'm out of here. Let's get out of here. We out.